And from the moment we met, we were inseparable. And most people cannot remember moments when they were 2 years old. I remember the moment I met her. When I walked in the door of her kitchen, I remember that very clearly. And we've been inseparable up until she passed away. And wherever she went, I went. If she was singing, I was somebody somewhere nearby singing with her. If she was praying for someone, I was listening to her pray for them. If she was serving, I was observing what she was doing. She was a God-fearing woman, deeply involved in her church. She attended prayer gatherings. And when I say around the clock, they had 6 a.m. prayer, noonday prayer, 7 p.m. prayer. My Nana had to go to all of them. It was designed for you to choose one. But she enjoyed going to every prayer. And I grew up right beside her at all of the prayer gatherings at the church. She sang in the choir. She traveled professionally in a gospel quartet group. And that environment shaped me profoundly. And it was through her that my love for music was ignited. Through her, I learned how to harmonize because she would make me harmonize with her in the car while she was trying to remember her music and her parts. In between rehearsals, she would say, Montez, sing higher, sing lower, take the bottom note. And if I didn't get the note right, she would discipline me on the spot. So I learned how to harmonize through her. Through her, I developed confidence in public speaking and singing because we could be at anybody's church, anybody's funeral, and she would say, excuse me, Reverend, my grandchildren are going to sing a song. And we would be sitting there like, we are? And so we would get up and we would sing whatever we had been practicing around the house. So she put all of that in us as children. Through her, I learned that ministry was not performance, but it was devotion. And she would often say to me, if you are not prayed up, your singing is in vain. And she would also say things like, you can't sing about a God you don't know. You better get down there and pray some more. And so she really impacted me and developed my prayer life. She would say, ask the Lord to give you a song today. When we would go visit people at a nursing home, she would say, what song did the Lord give you this morning, Montez? And I would be saying to myself, he didn't give me no song. but but I had to come up with something because that's how she was preparing me for ministry. I didn't know at that time. And then lastly, she would say things like, you can't get to heaven off of me. You got to get to know God for yourself. And so she was very instrumental in developing that gift in me, so much so that God blessed me to be able to record with a Grammy Award nominated gospel choir. And we won gospel music awards over the years. I've traveled all over the world singing gospel music. And I give all of that credit, number one, to God, number two, to my Nana, who trained me even when I didn't know I was being trained. So now I'll move forward, ministry beyond the church walls. Nana also taught me that ministry did not stop at the church door. We would visit the sick weekly. We went to hospitals. We went to nursing homes. And we had to sing to the patients. We had to pray. And she would say to the patients, do you mind having prayer today? And some people would say, no, thank you. They didn't want prayer. And other people would say, oh, yes, please. And she would say that my grandchildren are going to pray for you. And my grandchildren are going to sing, what a friend we have in Jesus, or 'tis so sweet to trust in Jesus. And we did that. We would go from room to room singing. Sometimes our voices would be so tired by the time we finished. But she told us, God has a long memory. So keep doing what you're doing. God will remember. Uh, we read scripture to those who could not come to church anymore. And so that taught me how to prepare a sermon because she would say, learn this verse, memorize this verse, and tell me what it means. Don't tell me something else. Tell me what you just read. And so that taught me as a small child how to prepare a sermon through her. She taught us to have compassion. And compassion was not just a feeling, but it was something that had to be expressed. People ought to feel what you're trying to convey. And she put that in us as children. Um, Without realizing it at the time, she was training me for the very life that I live now in ministry as a pastor, as a singer, and as a community leader.